Hey guys, welcome back again. I have another nail polish review for you guys today. It's another spring collection and I love this collection so much, you guys. It's full of creams. There is one hollow and a shimmery color in here. You're gonna think that these colors are pretty close to other things that they have come out with, and they are, but there are slight differences that I was really happy about, and so I'm going to show you guys those today. I'm going to have live swatches and comparisons of all the polishes, so let's get through them and get talking about them. This is the Hollywood collection, so it's based off Hollywood. The names are so adorable. Polishes are available at polishpick.com. I'll put a link down below to that site. It's a really good, reliable site. The customer service is really awesome, and the prices you just can't beat. The first one we have here is Movie Buff, and it's this beautiful, like pink, almost lilac leaning shade. Barely a few steps up from white, so it's really white, but yet it also is a little bit grayed out, so it's a little bit more subtle and it's not like pow in your face. I love these kind of polishes. These are one of my favorite shades to wear. The formula is fantastic. All the formulas in this collection are fantastic. It's going to build up in 2. You might need 3 depending on your application, but the formula is really great. I think most of you are going to be able to get it opaque in 2 coats. Did a few comparisons to this. I have a lot of polishes this color, but not exactly this shade, and these are just going to be slight variations. So compared to Don't Bossa Nova Me Around, that one was more nude colored. Compared to Hugh as the Artist, I don't think I did the comparison swatch of this one, but that one's definitely more purple and a little bit brighter and whiter. I love that polish. I love all these that I'm talking about. Lisbon Wants More OPI is more pink, and this is maybe a little bit more lilac and a little bit more grayed out. And Let's Be Friends from the 2019 release, because there's 2 releases for the Hello Kitty collection. That one is a little bit more white and a little brighter. So while those are pretty all similar, this one's different. I think it's a standout. It's going to be really hard for me to pick favorites from this collection, but I think you guys will like this one. And let's get into those comparisons. The next one I have is Hollywood and Vibe, and this is like a step up, a little bit more pink from that last one that we just talked about. And so they're kind of close, but this one's a little bit deeper and has a little bit more pink. So this one is beautiful. Like I said about the other one, this one is a little bit more grayed out, so it's not really punchy. I mean, it is because it does have some contrast, but it's not as bright as like Mod About You, and I do have a comparison to that one. The formula on this is fantastic. You're going to get it opaque in 2 to 3 coats depending on your application. I did 2 coats that were a little bit thicker, and it just went on so beautifully, you guys. OPI has just been doing this for a long time, and they do a really fantastic job with their formulas. Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon is probably the closest to this, but I want to say that Naughty had just a slight bit more pink, but that's just going to be super slight. So it is pretty close to that one. It's closest to that one. Mod About You, like I said, is a little bit brighter and more pink, and I'm Gown for Anything was a little bit more lavender, so you'll be able to see those pictures here. So I liked this one. I love creams, you guys, so this one just made me happy, and I've been craving spring colors, and I think that's why I'm excited about this one, even though they are kind of similar to other shades that they have in their line. So this is a good one. Let's get into those comparisons. The next 2 colors are going to be a little bit similar too. OPI has been doing that a lot recently, where they have some shades that are kind of the same color tone and color, but one is more cool toned and one is more warm toned, which I think is nice for different skin tones. This next one is I'm an Extra. I love that name. I love this polish. It's a little bit more of a peachy mauve-y nude shade, which I think makes it a little bit different than some of the other things that OPI has come out with, and even Essie, because it is a little bit more peachy nude. The formula is fantastic. It's going to build up in just a few coats. I'll Have a Gin and Tectonic was more peachy brown. A lot of these shades were a little bit more peachy brown. And then Excuse Me Big Sur was a little bit more peachy orange than this one. The Snuggle Is Real, that's from their new, Essie's new Not Ready for Bed collection, was more nude. So I couldn't find anything that was exact, but I pulled out the shades that Essie and OPI do like this. There's so many to choose from. They're just all slightly different color variations. So I think you just need to find the right one for you, and you might have to try a few along the way. So I really liked this one as well. Let's get into those comparisons. This next one is SUZI Calls the Paparazzi. Those names are so cute. So this is along the same lines as the other one, but it leans a little more rosy mauve. And I really love this one. The formula, again, is fantastic. It's just going to glide on so nicely. Like I said with the other one, I don't have any that are exact that I compare to this, but I have some that are pretty close. You can kind of look at those swatch pictures that I put up. It's kind of nice. And then you can say, oh, I like that one the best out of all these. And it might be a different OPI. Hopefully you guys find those very helpful. Essie Into the Bliss was slightly more purple, but very close. Rice Rice Baby was more purpley, and then Another Romantic Evening was maybe a little more pink and a little bit brighter than this one. So let's get into those comparisons. Next we have this beautiful yellow, and it's called Behind the Scenes, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. It's going to be opaque in 2 to 3 coats. You'll probably need 3 most likely, but there were some nails that I got 2 coats out of, which is really, really nice and really hard to find in yellow. So it's got a fantastic formula. It is a little bit grayed out, so it's a mid-tone yellow almost. So it's kind of in between like a pale yellow and a mid-tone yellow. So it's somewhere in between. So I did have a hard time finding comparisons for this because a lot of the pale yellows that I had were going to be a little bit lighter than this, and then I have a lot of yellows that are brighter and darker than this, so this one's really nice to have. It does have a touch of green as well, but not as green as some of the other ones that I compared it to. And you'll see those comparisons as I show them up. I think it was maybe closest to Hey There, but that one from Essie, but that one's a little bit more orangey, just slightly, so the color tone's just a little bit different, but I found this one unique, and if you really love pale yellows, you're really gonna like this one. Let's get into those comparisons. This next one is Destined to Be a Legend, and I love shades like this so much. So this one I would consider a blue gray. Now I've been seeing people call it a gray polish, but when I look at it I see blue. It's a grayed out blue, but it's definitely the majority of the color is going to be blue. So the formula on this is fantastic as well. It builds up, I want to say even 1 to 2 coats for this one. It's just so nice, and all the formulas on these are a little bit squishy and soft and shiny, and oh, so good. It was very, very close to Essie Mooning. So if you have that one, they're not exact, there's something different, and I can't quite put my finger on what's different about them, but they're pretty close. But if you want like an OPI version of Essie Mooning, which is a fantastic polish, this would be a good option. Alpaca My Bags was a darker blue than this one, and then Check Out the Old Geysers was a similar color tone, but that one of course has that shimmer running through it that's going to be different than this one. So if you like those colors or colors like that, you're really going to enjoy this one, and let's get into those comparisons. This next one is rated PG, and you guys know I love this one. It is so good. Such a good green. It's got enough blue in it that it's just like the perfect green. And I really have nothing like this. I thought it would be pretty close to Stay Off the Lawn by OPI, but it's not. That one's darker and it has more blue, but they're kind of in the same color family, same color tone. I love them both. I might like this a little bit more, you guys. This is such a good green. It's like a grass green, but not too yellow, so it's just more wearable in my opinion, and the formula is fantastic. It's going to be opaque in like 1 to 2 coats, and I just wouldn't pass this one up. It's so good. And greens in the bottle, they tend to like turn different colors and look kind of weird, so when I swatched them I thought that there might be something similar, but there's not. This one's unique and I love it, and you can check out those comparisons. This one is Oh You Can Sing, Dance, Act, and Produce, and I love these purple blurple colors. So this is a purple. It definitely has quite a bit of blue in it. Not enough blue to call it like a periwinkle, but it's getting very close to that. So this is a mid-tone purple too, so it wasn't as light as You're Such a Budapest, but it's the same kind of color tone as that. So it's in that family, and that is just, I love that polish. I love this one because it's like a few shades darker than that, and I really didn't have any purples that were super close. Oh, I did. I found out I did. So Wink of Sleep from the new Essie Not Ready for Bed collection. That one is pretty close to this. They're not exactly, but it's pretty close. Let me check my notes. I compared it to Olive and June CNH, and that one's slightly close too, but they're a little bit different, but you'll see that in the comparison picture. And then OPI Nails of Paradise, that one was a little bit harder to get a hold of. I don't know if very many people that have that polish, but that wasn't the same either, but it was kind of similar. So a lot of the purples that I have are more like red toned purples, and this is more of a blue toned purple, and you need it. Now we're getting into some shimmery colors. This next one is 15 Minutes of Flame. I love that, and I love this polish, you guys. You guys know I don't really like metallic shimmery shades, but I do love this one. It's got a really bright pink undertone, and so it's going to be really fun in summer. I'm really going to find myself wearing this on my toes, and the formula is fantastic. It's going to be opaque in 1 to 2 coats, and it's just, the polish inside the bottle does not do it justice. It's really punchy and really pink and fun, and I think this is going to be one that really a lot of you guys like. So All Your Dreams in Vending Machines, that has a strong purple shimmer coming underneath it, but it's got a similar kind of color tone, but I thought you might like to see it compared to this one. So it was closest to Mary and Cranberry, but that one doesn't have a strong pink undertone like this one, and it does have that very fine silver shimmer running through there, and so while they look kind of similar in darker light, they're definitely different. This is definitely brighter and more punchy and more summery. And then I should have compared to All Your Dreams in Vending Machines to Essie the Snuggle is Real from the Not Ready for Bed collection, because that's the one I was trying to find and I couldn't. That'll allow you to see that comparison too. And they're not exactly the same, but they're kind of similar along the same lines. So I think I like this one better than Sleepover Squad just because it's a little more punchy and fun. So let's get into those comparisons. How many times am I going to say punchy? I don't usually use that word. This next one is I'm Really an Actress, and I love this. It's a holographic polish. I have to say though that it is kind of a subtle holographic, and then it's got this beautiful kind of cherry raspberry red base. Oh, it's so pretty. It reminds me of their DS line, their DS polishes that are those holographic, and there's one DS Extravaganza, I think that's the name of it. I just loved that purple polish so much, and so I really was happy about this one. You guys know I don't like a lot of shimmer, but I do like these kind of shimmers, especially in summer. I just don't love the pearly ones, I think is what I've kind of decided, and metallic at times. So I really enjoyed this, and it was fun. The name is super cute, and I did compare it to I'm Not Really a Waitress, and they are different. A lot of those ones that I'm comparing it to have that like metallic shimmer, and this is more of a holographic shimmer that's a little bit subtle, if that is possible, but somehow it is. So I liked this one, and let's get into those comparisons. Award for the best nails goes to is the next one that we have, and this is a beautiful purple toned navy. I love these kind of shades. So this definitely has like a jelly formula. It's going to lean a little bit curly though, so it's not totally transparent. So it's going to build up in 2 coats, but it's going to have that nice squishy look. The formula, like I said, is fantastic because it builds up in 2 coats. It totally reminded me of my car has navigation, and it is very close to that. I want to say there's slight differences. That one probably has maybe a little touch more purple, and this one's maybe a little bit more rich, but they're very close, and I love that polish. So I really like this one too, and I like that this one's a little bit richer, so you can see that comparison there. So compared to regular navy polishes, this is going to have more purple. It's not going to be like your grade blue navies, so I like this one. Let's get into those comparisons. Next one is EMMY, Have You Seen Oscar? And it's a beautiful, bright, I'm gonna say it again, punchy red. I love these kind of reds so much. Oh, I'm just loving reds so much. This one has a fantastic formula. It's a little bit curly, but it builds up in 1 coat, you guys. But I always do too, because I like that thickness that it tends to have when you do that. You guys need this. Although it is kind of close to other OPI polishes they have. Red My Fortune Cookie, that's an older polish though, but it is closest to that I found. Red Light's a Headwear, that is a good polish too. It's like this, but it has a little bit more white in it, so it's a little bit more standout. But these are just so bright and fiery and just fun, bright reds. I mean, you look at it and it's like, whoa. So I love those kind of reds. And I also compared it to 5 Apples Tall, and you can see that. It's a little bit different. That one's a little more subdued, but along the same color tone. I'll let you guys decide what you get. But if you don't have any of those reds, you got to pick up one of them because they are so good. Let's get into those comparisons. Guys enjoyed that review. I really loved this collection a lot, and I think it's just because I'm so happy to have all straight creams with really fantastic formulas with colors that are a little bit spring and maybe leaning a little bit more summer, because I'm just ready to get out there and have nice weather and just not be stuck in my house. So I hope that really made you guys happy. What colors do you think you'll pick up? What are your thoughts on this collection? Please let me know down below. Let's pick my favorites. Let's see. I won't pick the red because I have some reds like it, but oh, it's so good. You guys, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it. Oh. Okay, let's really think about this. I'm gonna hold these up here. So, sorry, my light's kind of hard right now because I'm filming when I don't usually film, but I'll tell you. So, Behind the Scenes, yellow, Hollywood and Vibe, and then Destined to be a Legend. The green, which is rated PG, and the purple, Oh You Can Sing, Dance, Act, and Produce. And then 15 Minutes of Flame, that bright hot pink. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notifications. Lately I've had so much to post that my videos are going up sooner than my swatches for collections. So make sure to turn that on so you don't miss anything. Okay, thanks so much guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.